Well, happy morning. It's been a while. It's been crazy and chaotic in my world. So, truly, one day at a time is where it's at. So, this morning is Monday. It is super freaking hot. I am trying to get everything done that I need to, which includes having to go into Walmart to get a prescription. So, the nice thing about that, though, is that Walmart's so nice and cool that by the time you get out and into your hot, steaming car, you kind of warm up a little bit in your car. So this weekend, I have been purging like mad my apartment. It baffles me how fast everything just piles up and clutters up, and I don't know what happened, but I'm just done. And I know I say that a lot, like I'm gonna purge, but I really am. Like, I've gone through my craft closet and I'm reorganizing it, and I'm only keeping the things that make me happy, because I have a lot of ideas, and realistically I have spent money to create these ideas that have sat there for 4 years, and I have not created anything with it. So instead of trying to hang on to it all, I've just decided that I'm going to let it go and really just focus in on the things that I really like. I like the diamond art for sure. That's still my number one thing. I still like crocheting, and I'm not quite sure about embroidery right now because I'm kind of like not in that mood, but I'm not getting rid of any of that stuff because it's kind of pricey. My beadwork, of course, I'm hanging on to that. But even through my kitchen, I've been going through, like, I have certain tools that I'm like, oh, we have not ever used this. Like, maybe once a year, and that's not even worth it. Like, you can use something else to manage a thing for 1 year, or like one time a year, you know. So I'm just going through and purging, and moving furniture around and getting things just feeling a lot lighter than so clustery. I also went through Charlie's Toys and just donated a whole box full that was like infant toys versus big boy toys. Speaking of Charlie, he, as of right now, he is at a specialist because he put something in his nose and they can't get it out. So he went to urgent care yesterday, which I encourage them to do that because I'm like, you are fully covered medically. Like, there's no reason that he can't just go there and get checked out, because I don't know how the nose cavity works with your brain being right there, and also like a choking hazard. So I guess they took him to urgent care, and urgent care said they couldn't get it out, so they sent him to the ER room at TMC, and TMC says, no, you need to see a specialist because we can't get it out either. So I'm hoping that he's not going to have some type of surgery to get this thing out, which the x-ray, I guess, says it's a tiny battery, which we can't figure out how he got a tiny battery in his nose. It's not uncommon for kids to put things in their nose, though, because, like, I told my son, well, you know, like, father like son, because he did that with a bean and it came out. And then Ben did it with a little toy person from that Life game. So there was that. You know, so parents go through these things, and I don't know. Anyways, because Charlie's fully covered, I'm like, it's better to be safe than sorry and just go on in there and take care of it. So they are there today to hopefully get this little thing out of his nose, whatever it is. And I do believe they're going to have to sedate him to get it out, which kind of feels scary. And it's not scary in, like, I'm not confident in the doctors, but it's weird being the grandparent, because as the parent, you're just so used to jumping forward and getting things done. But as a grandparent, you have to let your kids do it. And so I'm like halfway panicked and halfway like relieved that I don't have to deal with this. But at the same time, I feel bad for Charlie too. So I don't know. It's a very confusing feeling. But I just dropped off 8 boxes at Goodwill of stuff that I am just done with. I went to the bank and deposited some cash, and now I am rolling up to Walmart to get a prescription that I need to get. And then as soon as I'm done getting the prescription, I'm going to zoom around the corner and go to the pickup section of Walmart because I have some stuff to pick up there because I don't like going into Walmart. So anyways, I'm going to do that and then head to Fry's to pick up some stuff there, which is very minimalistic. So anyways, I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. You have to believe that I am not going out there in that sun. So thank God this shade is here because I hate how hot it is outside today. I can't even. I'm going to hurry and get home. I just have to pick up my pickup orders and then I will be home for the rest of the day. Bye-bye. Okay, we are finally done with Walmart. And finally done at Fry's. Oh my gosh, it is warm. It is like, I don't even know how hot it is outside, but it's about 10:10. So I'm probably about 15 minutes off of my dialysis exchange time, but that's okay because that's the joy of dialysis with PD. You just groove along the best you can. So anyways, things are good. It's hot though. My little car just is an older car and just does not like this heat. But I do have to say that the last week it actually got cool and you almost needed a jacket because we were like rainy and the temperature dropped extremely low. And I was pleased that this morning when I got up to take Smokey for a walk, and we did take a very long walk today, I got over 4,000 steps, so I'm so excited about that. But I do know that the outside was not quite as bright as it normally is, and so that just excites me because I'm like, that means winter is on its way. And along with purging, I've moved my bedroom around, so I'm very excited about that. It just gives me such a refreshing feeling. For these colors. It just refreshes me to be looking at a different view, I guess. And I don't like it when I'm home alone and it's so dark. So in the winter, I'm like, or at this time when Donnie leaves, it's still kind of dark, but he'll open the blinds for me. So when I wake up, I see that there's still a world out there, which is just a tactic I've learned over all these years, because sometimes when it's just too cloudy or too dark and too like blah, I can feel like my moods just change to a darker state of mind. So in order to stay out of that and not burn to death in the sun, then I do pretty good with doing things like that, little tricks that I've learned to just keep myself in a happier state of mind. So even though I think like, oh, I would love to move up north, which I still would, I wonder how I would do mentally, because it's hard to be out in Tucson, Arizona, where it's sunshiny and all of that, to get to weather where it's like cloudy and rainy most of the time, even though it'd be beautiful because it's so green. There's other things like mosquitoes and like pests and, things that you don't really think about, the humidity. when we get just a touch of humidity here, we want to die, but because we're not used to it. But you know, it's just funny what you end up having to put up with, even though we live in beautiful sunny and it's hot. And if you live in cloudy weather and it's just dark and ominous, like Forks, I still want to go to Forks, Oregon, because twilight and all of that. But I don't think I could live there for sure, because I think I would go into a deep depression of sorts. Although it would be so cool just to be able to see such greenery, and sometimes this desert just looks so boring. So anyways, now I've got all my purchases, which I purchased just a tiny bit amount, because as I was cleaning out, I realized I needed some basic things that just make life slightly easier. And so I'm going to be doing that. And so that's my day. Charlie is home from the doctors. Apparently he did have a battery in his nose, and he's pretty tired and exhausted, but good thing that he's got two good parents to take good care of him. So I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.